Once there was a woman who wished to build a house. Not a house for her husband and children. She had no husband yet, was too young to have children, and in any case, she meant to live alone a while longer. She loved the scent of the wind, the warmth of the sun, and the sound of the sea as it rushed and broke against the rocky shore of her land. While she could, she wanted to have those things all to herself. She was a strange woman, or at least so her people thought. She had strange eyes, the color of the sky on a cloudless autumn day, and she had a strange will, all edges and corners, without any softness. She did not seem to understand that people must find their safety in each other. The world was an uncertain place. Enemy tribes roamed the land. Wild creatures fed on the tame goats that meant food and certainty. In such a world, people must live together behind high stone walls with spears to guard themselves. This woman loved to walk beyond those safe walls, fearing no strange man or creature. Her people called her Klaya, which means wanderer. She walked under the sun that browned her skin, and let the wind brush her hair, let the sea lick her fingers. At those times, delight softened the proud blue of her stare, but none of her people were there to see it. When her people built houses, they built them of stone. Stone houses clustered like eggs in a nest behind the stone guarding wall, where spear-wielding men paced back and forth. The village stood on a long green hill at the end of a peninsula. To build a new house, people dug rock out of the hill or carried it from the shore. You must build your home out of the homeland. But Klaya loved the wider land. The peninsula and the village rested in her heart, but the broad mainland found itself out before her eyes. She walked there at will, greeting the woods, learning the feel of the grass of the plains under her bare feet. She knew she would build her house on the green hill, but she would build it separate, touching no other walls, sharing no other air. And she would build it not only out of the stone of home, but out of pieces of the world beyond. Houses needed many heavy rocks, carried and shaped and laid into place by scarred and calloused hands. Klaya's hands were strong, toughened by years of weaving rope and working skins, of digging and planting in the earth. But her body was slender, a tall young tree. Her muscles were not hard but supple, her chest and shoulders fine and narrow. One day, her people watched her leave behind the safety of the guarding wall and walk out to the mainland. They muttered and whispered about her strangeness, the house she meant to build and live in all alone. They asked themselves why she could not be a woman such as any other. And they watched later as she limped back, dragging behind her a rough-made sledge of branches that carried a single large stone.